Hey, tough and the out of this world story from Street Travel. There are ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back in Street Travel. I am your host Manir.
Story 1. Update. Am I the a-hole for laughing when my brother-in-law was berating my little sister? Original post. For some background, my parents had 3 kids. Maya 29 female, me 28 male, and Sally 26 female. The problem is Sally. When she was born, she had some form of medical condition which led doctors to believe that she won't survive at all. But my parents never gave up. They spent money and time for her treatment, and a miracle happened. Since then they have coddled Sally to death. Sally has always had good things. I mostly got my sister's hand-me-downs, which I didn't mind that it SCKS when I was the forever neglected middle child. But my sister Maya took most of it. Maya was the oldest and the scapegoat. For some weird reason Sally was always in competition with Maya, and I am sure my parents also pitted them against each other. Too, Maya was always supposed to behave and never complain, while Sally was a brat. If Maya had a dollhouse, Sally had to have a bigger dollhouse. If Maya did something good, my parents would just say good job and go on with her life. But if Sally even won a participation trophy, they would basically throw a party. Since then, Maya has been walking on eggshells around my parents. She would always be grounded, and we cannot even complain that Sally had been bullying us because she is the special child. Sally was also awful towards me. She would often abuse me and even steal my stuff, and my parents won't do anything. And like I mentioned, Sally was always in competition with Maya. If Maya wanted to participate in music, she would too. I would remember Maya saying in high school that she has a crush. What does Sally do? Make out that crush in front of Maya. My parents didn't even save enough for college for either of us, but luckily for Maya, she got on scholarship and I had to take out a loan. The last straw for Maya was when she was dating this guy in college. She brought him home when they were on vacation. She caught Sally and him having sex in the basement. It was a SHT storm. My parents did berate Sally, but after a few days they were like, what happened just happened. It will be wrong to separate these love birds. That was it for Maya. She screamed at them that she has endured their abuse all these years, but not anymore. She cut off contact. Some of my uncles and aunts were divided. Sally was just shameless as she was and went on to date Maya's ex. Maya eventually got over it and met a nice guy and got married. She did invite her parents, but not Sally. My parents didn't go, but I did. Now she is currently pregnant with her first child. My parents reached out to her, and although Maya was skeptical, she agreed to reconcile. So her family has this big dinner once a year at their place where all the relatives and cousins are invited. Maya came along with her husband Adam. Sally was also there with her husband, Maya's ex. Throughout the evening, I noticed Sally tried to get closer to Adam, but he would just shove her off. When it was time for dinner, my parents made a toast. Then Sally stood up and said that she was so lucky to be here that she almost died when she was young. Barf. She then redirected to Maya and said, "Sis, I know it must be hard for you because your ex is now my husband, but thanks for the blessing. I know it must be hard for you to be here knowing how hard it was for you to compete with me, but I applaud your bravery." This was the moment Adam stood up and shouted at Sally, saying, "How dare she insult his wife? Who the freak does she think she is?" Then the word vomit started. I am just paraphrasing it. You think you are so special because you were a miracle baby. Well, guess what? I was a miracle baby too, but I don't bitch about it like you do. You are such a pathetic woman that the only achievement in your life is that you have something that was accidental. What else do you have to show for? Everything you have was basically borrowed from my wife. Even your pathetic husband, who spent the entire evening hitting on every female cousin in this room. You are so annoying. Even your husband doesn't like you. You know what the truth is? You have nothing, and you are nothing. You are so shameless and pathetic that you tried to hit on me. You already got her ex, and now you want her husband. I would rather die than be with a woman like you. whose personality is the worth of a paper bag. You have always been jealous of my wife, because you always knew that you would never be as amazing as she is. That's why you stole from her, because that's the only way you could have what she has. There was more, but it was so brutal that Sally was in tears. My parents and relatives were shocked. My parents told Maya, well, aren't you going to do anything? Maya said no and left with her husband. Honestly, even my cousins were silent. I knew no one liked Sally. I, on the other hand, was laughing behind my wine glass. My mom noticed and said I'm in a hole for laughing at my sister's misery. It has been over a week when this happened. The video of Adam's rant was circulating on her cousin's GC. I still laugh at it. I have been low contact with them ever since, but they are getting a lot of SHT for Sally. So, am I the a-hole? Edit. Guys, please stop asking me for the video. I want to protect the privacy of my family. I even use fake names for that reason. I can't give you the audio as well because in my book, it is a breach of privacy. Now for the top of comments before reading the update. The dialogue is epic. God bless your brother-in-law. If I may ask, why are you still in contact at all with your parents and or sister? They will just turn it all on you now, as your mother already tried when she noticed you were laughing. I'd be laughing too, so go you. Sorry you have such SHT parents. You and Maya both deserve better. I am low contact with him, but Maya was no contact until she announced her pregnancy and my parents have reached out. Maya was feeling guilty, so she decided to give her parents a second chance. The dinner was to introduce Adam to the family officially, though Adam knew a lot of her cousins. Maya never cut them off completely. Understandable, you're better than I am. I would be completely no contact. Glad you and your sister have a good relationship. Best of luck to you. I am thinking about no contact too. I have neglected, but have had a strong attraction towards my family, but not anymore. Now for the updates. First update. I don't know if people will see this, but I do have a little update. I went to see my sister Maya and her husband today. I talked to her and asked her if she was okay. I haven't got a chance to reach out to her after the dinner. She said she was fine and that mom and dad has been demanding they apologize to Sally. Barf. She blocked them, because why should they apologize for the truth? They also got the support from the GC. A lot of her cousin's parents were unaware of the incident of Sally and all the bullying. They thought since she was a miracle baby she should be an angel. Bail 2-0. I apologized to my brother-in-law Adam for what happened. He said sorry back because he lost his SHT. He also has really toxic parents. He basically projected his own anger on Sally. I told him it was fine and even her cousins enjoyed it. They were making fun of Sally and he is practically their hero right now. And as for my parents, well, they are still in denial. I don't care anymore. They have gone too far, and I mean even a stranger sees through their bullshit, yet they refuse to see the truth. They are getting a lot of heat from everyone, especially grandma, mom's mom, because her grandpa left her for another woman, so she takes it as a big offense. Apparently my parents lied to her about Sally's husband. They said Maya and him used to date, but they broke up. I will give a full update. Right now the cousins and aunts and uncles are divided among themselves. I am really disappointed in our parents. I hope Sally takes care of them when they are really old, because they obviously lost 2 of their kids. Second update. Sorry for the late update guys, but I do have one for you. Well, after I talked to Adam, he called me a few days later to ask if I could speak to him. So I met him at his house. He made some excuse to Maya and took me to a place private. He pulled out his phone and told me that Sally has been texting him non-stop. He ignores her. He has already blocked 3 of her accounts. The text ranges from sorry, please talk to me, bashing Maya, calling him unworthy, some dirty text, and also some provocative photos with captions, I can FCK better than Maya, you know, and Adam was sick of it. I was furious. Does Sally have no shame? I said, enough is enough. My parents need to see what kind of person Maya is. So I arranged a meeting with my parents. We didn't tell Maya because she is already pregnant. We do not want to stress her further. We sat with her parents, and before I could speak, Adam cursed right at the sight of my sister and started calling her a harlot. I asked him to calm down. Our parents were furious. I told them that they should control their miracle child because she is acting crazy. She has been sending inappropriate messages to Adam. My parents obviously didn't believe it. I showed them the proof and they acted like they were disgusted. Sally kept saying it was a fake account. Someone is trying to defame her. Sally's husband forcefully took her phone and discovered the messages. He was screaming and shouting at her. She was curled in a ball. Douche looked at her parents and said, "You raised a pathetic horror." I personally grilled my parents. I told them they were a failure. They always prioritized their golden child over their other kids. Where was their concern when their other daughter was betrayed? Would they have done the same if Sally's boyfriend was cheating on her with Maya? They have enabled Sally so much that she has become an entitled brat. They should know almost everyone in the family hates her and is sick of her. Adam told them that they should be ashamed of the brat that they raised. They are bad parents who fail to teach morality to their child, and that's why she is after her sister. And he said, "Look at her. Can you honestly say that you are proud of your daughter? Are you proud that she is a home wrecker? Are you proud that nobody loves her?" They need to get off their high horses. My parents didn't say a word. Lastly, I told them to F off. Me and Maya will be cutting them off. Don't even bother calling us. Their whole life they have been invested in their bratty child, so they should just ask her for help when they are old. I am done with them. That is when my mom started crying, saying it really is unfair. The whole family is shunning them. I looked at them and asked, "And whose fault is that?" My dad looked pretty much defeated. I bet there were other members of the family that grilled them too and threatened to cut them off for Sally, so yeah, that's it. Nothing big. I don't think they really will learn their lesson. But who cares? And like you guys suggested, I took Adam to a steakhouse and treated him with a fine piece of steak. I also ordered one of those custom trophies like you guys said that has "World's Sassiest Brother-in-Law" written in it. Adam threatened Sally with the police, so no more messages from her until now, and I've decided that I will get a place closer to Maya because she does need help from someone in the family. So that's all, folks. Edit. A lot of you guys think this is fake and ask me to release the video to prove it. Please stop asking me. As much as I hate Sally, she doesn't deserve to be paraded like that. Also, some of you asked, why did my dad just stand there and not do anything? Well, they were all shocked because Adam had been quiet and suddenly he started shouting. He is a calm guy, but when he gets pissed, Lord have mercy, even my dad was terrified. And also some of you said it's fake because Adam used a pop culture reference. Well, that's because he's a bit of a geek. He uses pop culture references, sometimes even talking normally. Stop peeming me for the video.